I want them to be clean.
Okay.
And I actually couldn't even eat and sleep well because I was really stressed out. At high school, I was getting up at 6:30. I don't think I wanna live here forever.
I do plan on studying in Japan for graduate school for a few years.
I want them to be clean.
Okay. Yeah.
Like clean shirts, clean hair. So that's an important part for me.
说皮肤好，爱干净，
爱干净还蛮
对，然后品味好什么。对，除了
他们的品味好也没有那么的
对他的品味好，就是衣服要穿整齐。
对对对，
就你不能衣服穿的一些很破掉，
或者是毛球
或者是什么，
啊，
就是那个线都拖到沙地上，有踩到。到一个禁忌，真的不能不洗头，
很可怕。
Okay, so I think I missed out the educating stuff. At your last year of high school, did you get a like very large amount of like stress about the college entry exam generally? And Prue, I think I'll let you go first.
Okay, I was pretty stressed out during high school. I feel like I grew up. The standards were pretty high. The expectations were pretty high, like from my parents in terms of like grades in school. And it was just like, but at some point they stopped caring much about it. But I kind of internalized that like it was never like kind of like good enough. If there is room for improvement, you should always strive for that. And so in high school, I was taking like so many classes and doing so much stuff, and there was always something that I was always complaining about because it was never like I felt like I was not like studying enough. I was not putting as much effort as I should have. And then final year of high school was pretty stressful because of entrance exams and just choosing a major in general. I didn't have much of a good communication with my parents in terms of things that I wanted to do for university and things that they kind of like were expecting me to do. But I ended up choosing my own way, and I'm almost graduating, so here we are.
Okay, great.
Yeah, my mom was pretty strict to me when I was a lot younger, so especially in like elementary school. And so I ended up working at or doing a lot of different like hobbies and whatnot. So like I would play the piano every single day, and like doing homework and then coding and whatnot. Eventually that didn't keep on going. My mom like laid back and said, you can do whatever you want. But my dad was also there telling me to like strive to improve myself when I was younger, and so that kind of stuck with me when I went into high school, where I wanted to become better at things and still have enjoy being able to do different things instead of focusing on just one specific thing. And then my last high school year was pretty stressful. It was also the year COVID hit, and so I ended up having to do like all of my exams at home, which was definitely something I wasn't ready for. But things worked out, and here I am, almost ready to graduate as well. Yeah.
I was also stressed out when I was in high school, especially, and I actually couldn't even eat and sleep well because I was really stressed out back then. But luckily my parents were not serious about my grades or education, so yeah, I think I would be more stressed out if they were strict about studying, but they weren't. And most of students from my high school were really serious about studying, so we went to after school like
extracurricular classes.
Yeah, every day, and until like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. we were studying for like 5 or 6 hours every day, and we didn't have day off because on weekends We went.
get up in the morning at high school?
When I was in high school, I was getting up at 6:30 or something like that.
So am I.
So yeah, it was really hard.
Yeah, my parents don't really get too mad at me nowadays either. I want to say like the only time that like recently where like my mom's gotten mad at me was because like she would send me a date for something that I had to keep on a calendar, and I'm terrible at keeping dates in mind, and so I forgot, and so she was a bit annoyed at me. But yeah, there's nothing too much that would really make them mad unless I did something really bad, I guess. Yeah.
My parents were not strict, and they were always kind to me, so I haven't really made them mad.
Oh, really?
But about friend relationship, they were a little strict. Not really, but a little bit, because they always told me not to like have a bad relationship with them. For example, they told me not to fight with my parents or something like that.
So, did you guys want to stay in US in the future, or you want to go to Japan to have a bit long-term life? And especially for Tomoki, do you plan to like study in US again during your master degree and stay here a bit longer? Yeah.
Want to come back if I have a chance in the future, but I don't think I want to live here forever. I think I just like living in Japan, and I have my family there, and I have my friends there, and I want to get married with a Japanese person. So I think that's because I want to live in Japan in the future. But yeah.
Okay, interesting. I don't know actually. So my current plan is to stay in the US for maybe a year or more, 2 years, because of the visa extension. I don't think I'm gonna I don't want to live in the US like for the rest of my life. I do consider going back to Brazil, but I also like thought about maybe going to grad school or like doing some exchange, something in Japan. But I haven't actually thought about a place that I want to spend the rest of my life, and I don't think I have that settled yet. So I'm actually open to like different countries as well, so kind of just open to the experience.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as well. I do plan on studying in Japan for graduate school for a few years, yeah. And so I'll be there and I'll try out living in Japan for a few years. And I suppose at that point, it's up to me to decide whether I keep on living in Japan or I go back to America. And like Tomoki said, I have like a lot of my friends and my family live in America, and so that's definitely a big point. Also, on the other hand, it's very cheap living in Japan in comparison.
Yeah,
right?
It's a city out.
It does depend on the city, but like if you look at like the yen to dollar exchange right now, it's
I think the housing in Tokyo, I think will be actually quite expensive as well.
Yeah. It does depend on where you go, but like when some houses in Japan sell for $5,000 to buy it, and here rent is enough for me to like live 3 months with the same amount, it's like, what's the point? This is a little bit of what I feel.
Okay.